Everybody's a Plant Based Nutritionista. So I thought I would lean into the fact that today is February the 28th, 2025, the last day of not only Black History Month, but Heart Month. And I want to lean into my Food as Medicine Everyday blog this week in a different way. A little less writing this week, but coming directly to you through the blog. As you know, heart disease is the #1 killer, not only around the world, including this country, but also among Black and brown individuals, people who look just like me. And oftentimes we may be maligned with stereotypes that could be leading to the diseases of the heart that many of us have witnessed in our families or even within ourselves. But I want to offer another perspective today. This is the perspective where you are eating more plants, you are drinking the water, you're even being physically active, moving your body. But yet and still, that blood pressure is elevated or high. The cholesterol is elevated or high. The coronary artery disease doesn't seem to be calming down. The cousin of diabetes creeps in, and it seems as though you're doing everything you can, but nothing seems to be working. I want to offer another perspective, and that is the silent killer called stress. You see, stress helps us, but it also can hinder us. We experience stress when situations happen that causes us to want to stand up and fight or go somewhere, ball up in a corner and flee. And what that does in the body is simply this. It produces more cortisol. And so whether we're in a moment of fleeing or fighting, stress is persistent and it's building. That cortisol is going to have your liver pumping out cholesterol because it thinks that you need that additional support, when in reality, we don't. Things are not easing up anytime soon, so it seems, in this country and even around the world, in some cases, politically, economically, agriculturally, financially. And there's so much uncertainty that sometimes we begin to internalize all of these things that we classify as stress. Stress, let me tell you, has a way of changing the biochemistry of how our body is supposed to normally work. Our body likes things to be even keeled, or we say homeostasis, homeostatic. It likes to be balanced. When we're stressed, it tips the scale. And when it tips the scale, it can create comorbidities that have nothing to do with what we eat and what we drink. And so a part of my role as a naturopathically trained, master level food as medicine, clinical community nutritionist is to help us all look at the full complement of who we are in our human condition and appreciate that what we bring to the table to eat is more than just what's on the plate. It's the stress of the day. It's every decision we made, even if it was a non-decision. It's the joys. It's the sadness. It's the uncertainty, and it's the things that we know for sure. All of these decisions are coming onto the plate. Yes. And we eat and we drink, but the stress is still there. We may even have a fitness workout or regimen, but the stress is still there. We may even get adequate sleep, but the stress is still there. In honor of Heart Month, I want to challenge us all to know our numbers, know what our cholesterol levels are. We already talked about that in another blog. Know our blood pressure readings, know all that stuff. But also know when we would take a step back, even in uncertainty, and find joy in things that help us take our stress levels back down to normal. And it may seem impossible in this current chaotic climate in these states in America. But I know that it's possible. And it's possible when we lock arms and come alongside each other together to find joy, to choose joy, to practice breathing and meditation, to go for walks, and to be intentional about decompressing, to really manage our stress in healthy ways so that it does not have adverse effects on our health that starts showing up in our labs and in the blood pressure readings. And so this Food as Medicine Everyday Fridays blog is different. This would have been a mouthful to write to you. And let's face it, some of you wouldn't have read it anyway. So I thought this week I'd come to you personally to talk about high cholesterol being caused not just by what you eat, but also by the stress that we internalize. So let us choose healthy techniques and ways to manage our stress. Take a break from the screen, go for a walk, get some natural sunlight in your eyes, breathe in the air, exhale it out, laugh, enjoy nature's original music of the birds chirping and competing for your attention and wondering if you're really awake. Enjoy the squirrels searching and scurrying around for food in the ground, and enjoy the trees dancing with the wind. Enjoy watching the clouds move through the sun. Breathe in and breathe out. Let's take our health back one meal at a time by eating more plants, yes. Moving our bodies, of course. Drinking that water, absolutely. But also managing our stress. No matter what's happening around us, let us choose joy. Let us choose peace, even as we stand up for righteousness and justice in these United States. I'm the Plant Based Nutritionista, here to inspire you to take your health back one meal at a time by eating more plants, moving your body, drinking that water, and managing that stress. Take care.